On a late August morning in 2025, the world's attention was fixed on the windswept coast of South Texas, where SpaceX's Starship stood tall and gleaming at Starbase. The first rays of sunlight painted the rocket in gold, signaling not just the start of a new day, but the dawn of a new era in space exploration. This was the 10th integrated flight test, an event that had become much more than just another launch on the calendar. It was a pivotal moment, a crossroads for the future of humanity's journey beyond Earth. Engineers moved with purpose, making final checks, aware that history was waiting to be written. The road to this day had been anything but smooth. Previous flights had ended in fiery failures, dramatic explosions that lit up the Texas sky. Yet each setback was a lesson, each failure a stepping stone. SpaceX's relentless drive to learn from mistakes had brought them to this critical juncture. The stakes had never been higher. NASA had chosen Starship as the human landing system for the Artemis program, a bold initiative to return astronauts to the moon for the first time in over half a century. The world watched, knowing that the outcome of this test would shape the future of lunar exploration. A failure today would send shockwaves through NASA's plans, potentially delaying humanity's return to deep space and casting doubt on the viability of ambitious missions to the moon and Mars. The mission's goal was simple in theory: launch, achieve clean stage separation, reach the edge of space, and guide both stages to controlled splashdowns at sea. But in practice, every step was a test of engineering, teamwork, and vision. This was more than a test flight. It was a full-dress rehearsal for the future. SpaceX's philosophy of rapid, iterative development was on trial, as the team aimed to prove that relentless innovation could finally deliver a near-perfect flight. Critics called the approach reckless, pointing to the spectacular failures of the past. But supporters argued that this was the fastest, most effective way to learn, adapt, and ultimately succeed in the unforgiving environment of space. Flight 10 was the culmination of this bold philosophy, a chance to prove that rapid iteration and fearless ambition could lead to real, stunning success. The hopes of engineers, astronauts, and dreamers everywhere rode on this moment. Around the globe, millions watched live streams and gathered in crowds, holding their breath as the countdown ticked closer to zero. The next hour would determine not just the fate of this mission, but the trajectory of humanity's ambitions to reach the moon, Mars, and worlds beyond. The countdown began, engines roared to life, and history stood on the edge of being rewritten, one launch, one dream, one giant leap at a time. The countdown reached zero, and in that instant the world seemed to hold its breath. All eyes were fixed on the launch pad, anticipation thick in the air as the final seconds ticked away. Suddenly, a torrent of water flooded the launch mount, unleashed by the deluge system to dampen the deafening roar and searing heat of 33 Raptor engines preparing to ignite. This crucial step protected the pad and nearby equipment from the immense forces about to be unleashed. Starship lifted off in a spectacular blaze of fire and steam, its engines thundering as it climbed steadily skyward. There were no engine failures, no anomalies, just raw power and flawless execution as the rocket pierced the morning sky, leaving a trail of light and hope behind. Inside Mission Control, engineers watched intently as onboard computers monitored every parameter, from fuel flow to engine temperature, ensuring a flawless ascent. Every heartbeat in the room matched the rocket's pulse, as data streamed in and systems performed perfectly. The critical hot staging separation was executed with precision. The upper stage ignited while the booster was still firing, a complex maneuver that saw both stages part cleanly in a ballet of engineering. This moment marked a major milestone in reusable rocketry. The Super Heavy booster flipped in midair, beginning its controlled descent, its engines fired in sequence, guiding it back toward Earth, targeting a gentle splashdown in the Gulf of Mexico, a feat that once seemed impossible. Navigating the turbulent atmosphere, the booster slowed with remarkable precision, using grid fins and engine burns to steer and decelerate. Each maneuver demonstrated the promise of true reusability, bringing the dream of rapid rocket turnaround closer to reality. Meanwhile, the Starship upper stage soared higher, its engines burning smoothly as it left the atmosphere behind. In the silence of space, it continued its journey, a gleaming symbol of human ambition and technological achievement. For the first time, the entire ascent phase was completed without a major issue, a testament to relentless engineering, countless hours of testing, and the unwavering dedication of the SpaceX team. Cheers erupted in Mission Control as the rocket soared beyond expectations. SpaceX had turned lessons from failure into a true symphony of fire and steel, orchestrating a launch that will inspire generations to come and redefine what's possible in space exploration. In orbit, Starship's upper stage opened its payload bay for the first time, revealing 8 dummy satellites. The deployment sequence was flawless. Each payload released gently into space, captured by onboard cameras and celebrated in mission control. This test proved Starship could do real work in orbit, not just reach space. Engineers gathered vital data on thermal control, communications, and stability during this quiet phase. As Starship neared the Indian Ocean, it prepared for re-entry, using its heat shield and flaps to survive the fiery plunge. The vehicle glowed orange-red, steering through plasma and pressure, before splashing down safely. Starship had demonstrated it could launch, deploy, and return, a giant leap for operational capability. Flight 10's flawless performance was a dramatic comeback after a string of public setbacks and explosions. Each failure had provided data, but also skepticism about Starship's future. A recent ground test explosion forced SpaceX to pause, investigate, and fix issues across the fleet. The success of Flight 10 validated SpaceX's rapid, iterative approach, learning from failure and improving fast. Earlier flights tested different phases. Each loss taught engineers how to strengthen the design. This flight marked a turning point, silencing critics and proving the system's maturity. The narrative shifted from, "When will it stop exploding?" to, "What's next?" restoring confidence in SpaceX and its partners. Starship's successful splashdown sent waves of relief through NASA and the space community. NASA's acting administrator called it a great day, emphasizing the partnership's importance for Artemis. This flight de-risked NASA's lunar plans, proving Starship's core technology was sound. Experts like Todd Harrison noted that SpaceX achieved all test objectives, a rare feat in rocketry. The consensus: this was not just incremental progress, but a leap forward for the program. Years of skepticism gave way to awe as Starship's rapid development finally delivered. Validation from NASA and industry experts solidified Starship's reputation as a credible, reliable system. The achievement reset expectations for what's possible in commercial spaceflight. Starship was now seen as a true game-changer for access to space. For SpaceX, success is just a step forward. Preparations for Flight 11 began immediately. Data from Flight 10 was analyzed to refine the next vehicle, with static fire tests verifying engine health and readiness. Both stages for Flight 11 passed their tests, moving quickly toward integration. This mission will be the final flight for Starship version 2, aiming to validate the design before moving on. Flight 11 may push boundaries further, possibly attempting new maneuvers or even a booster catch at the launch site. Each mission is a bridge to more ambitious goals, with Flight 11 poised to set the stage for the next evolution. The end of version 2's campaign opens the door to Starship version 3, a larger, more capable vehicle. Version 3 is designed for heavy-lift, long-duration missions, and is key to SpaceX's vision for Mars. Elon Musk aims for uncrewed Mars cargo missions as early as late 2026, a timeline now more plausible after Flight 10's success. Before Mars, Starship will support Artemis, with a lunar test mission planned for 2027. Flight 10's success allows engineers to focus on human landing system modifications for lunar landings. Starship's reusability promises to revolutionize spaceflight, making Moon and Mars missions routine. The paradigm is shifting. Rockets are becoming reusable, affordable, and capable of opening the solar system. Flight 10 made this future feel within reach. Starship's 10th flight was more than a technical feat. It was a testament to human ingenuity, ambition, and the relentless drive to push boundaries. This was not just another rocket launch, it was a symbol of what we can achieve when we dare to dream bigger than ever before. It marked a milestone in humanity's quest to explore, to reach out into the unknown, and to turn the impossible into reality. Like ancient mariners who once set sail across uncharted seas, we now stand at the edge of a vast cosmic ocean, gazing out at the stars and wondering what lies beyond. We are building ships not of wood and sail, but of steel and fire, designed to cross new frontiers and carry us farther than ever before. Starship's success means that a permanent moon base is no longer just a dream. It's a real, tangible goal within our grasp. Human missions to Mars, once the stuff of science fiction, are now practical objectives, with the technology and vision to make them happen. The ability to launch massive payloads at a fraction of previous costs opens doors to new scientific discoveries, commercial opportunities, and international cooperation. It unlocks possibilities once reserved for the pages of science fiction novels, making the extraordinary part of our everyday reality. Perseverance through failure was key. Every setback, every explosion, every hard lesson learned was a stepping stone on the path to success. Each challenge faced by the team taught vital lessons, fueling progress and innovation, and proving that resilience is as important as vision. This story inspires anyone facing tough challenges. It shows that bold vision, teamwork, and relentless iteration can achieve the impossible, no matter the odds. The journey from prototype to launchpad was paved with countless hours of hard work, creativity, and the courage to keep moving forward. The roar of Starship's engines marked the start of a new era, a thunderous declaration that humanity is ready to take its place among the stars. For the first time, we are taking real steps beyond Earth, venturing into the vastness of space with confidence and hope. We are living in an age where dreams become reality, where the next generation will grow up believing that reaching for the stars is not just possible, but expected. All of this is being built from steel and fire on a Texas launch pad, where visionaries and engineers work side by side to shape the future. Starship Flight 10 is not the end of the story, but a hopeful beginning for our future as a spacefaring civilization, united by curiosity and the desire to explore. The journey to other worlds has truly begun, and the next chapter for humanity is being written among the stars.